All right, let's talk about 2025. What a year for open source AI, right? I mean, we saw some groundbreaking models that just completely shifted what we thought was possible. So, before we even start looking ahead to 2026, we really got to unpack the models that defined this last year. Let's jump right in.
So, what were the models that truly defined 2025? That's the big question, isn't it? And that's exactly what we're going to break down. We're going to look at the champions, the ones that came in a close second, and even some honorable mentions that really shaped the whole scene. By the time we're done here, you'll have a super clear map of where things stand.
You know, this wasn't just another year of small improvements. We're talking about a fundamental shift. From models that can actually reason with you, almost like a partner, to tools that made powerful AI accessible to basically everyone. This year was a massive leap forward. The models we're about to cover, they didn't just iterate, they really truly innovated.
Okay, let's get to the good stuff. The main event. We've crunched the numbers, we've looked at all the community feedback, and we've analyzed the impact. So, without further ado, here are the top 3 open source models that absolutely left their mark on 2025.
All right, kicking things off at number 3. This is a model whose impact, let me tell you, went way beyond just its technical chops.
Yep, it's DeepSeek R1. This thing had a seismic impact on the entire AI landscape. It really proved that a small, focused team could go toe-to-toe with the tech giants. But its real legacy, the thing that changed everything, it was all about a revolution in openness.
So, check this out. This was a huge shift. See, their previous models had these really restrictive licenses, but R1, they released it under the super permissive MIT license. And that one single decision, man, it sparked a movement. It was like a domino effect, inspiring tons of Chinese AI labs to embrace true openness and just release their models for anyone to use. It fundamentally changed the game for OpenAI development all over the world.
Okay, moving on to our number 2 spot. This is a name that, in 2025 was, well, it was everywhere. Absolutely everywhere.
And that name is Qwen 3. But here's the really important thing to get about Qwen 3. It's not just one model. Nope. It's an entire ecosystem that completely transformed OpenAI this year. We're talking general models, vision capabilities, coding specialists, the whole shebang.
And its dominance was just undeniable. By the end of the year, Qwen had actually overtaken Llama in total downloads. Think about that for a second. It became the go-to base model for fine-tuning. You know, when developers take a big general model and specialize it for something specific, and it became the new backbone for academic AI research, especially when it came to multilingual stuff. From the small 4 billion parameter model all the way up to the crazy fast 30 billion version, Qwen 3 just worked. It worked for pretty much everything.
All right, here we go. The moment we've all been waiting for. The number 1, the top dog, the most impactful open source AI model of 2025 is
GLM 4.7. No question. This model came out as 2025's undisputed coding champion, with some massive improvements over the older versions. I mean, it completely dominated the benchmarks. But honestly, it's the real-world performance where this thing truly shines.
So it's got this new thinking before acting capability, which sounds cool, and it is. It drove huge improvements in agent frameworks. It's also fantastic at web coding, spitting out cleaner, more modern web pages. And on top of that, it delivered major boosts in tool use and mathematical reasoning. This thing is the true Swiss Army knife of the 2025 AI toolkit. It just does it all.
But look, the top 3, as amazing as they are, don't tell the whole story. The competition this year was incredibly fierce, and these runner-ups, they were just as impactful, each one pushing the boundaries in their own special way.
First up, we've got Minimax M2.1. This model was a huge leap forward for what we call agentic AI, AI that can act on its own. What made it so special was its amazing performance across all sorts of different coding agent frameworks. It basically made high-performance, autonomous apps accessible to way more developers than ever before.
Next, let's talk about GPT-OSS. This was OpenAI's long-awaited open model, and it did not disappoint. Now, it's not a general-purpose model, so don't ask it to write you a poem, but for agentic coding, it is an absolute powerhouse. It pioneered these different thinking levels, which gives you really fine-grained control over how deep its reasoning goes. In its specific niche, it just blows the alternatives out of the water.
Then there's Kimi Key 2. This one was a huge community favorite, mostly for its really distinct writing style and its incredible token efficiency. It gives you that Claude-like conversational quality, but
And this is the key part, with all the privacy and control of running it locally on your own machine. It's a perfect example of this growing demand for powerful models that don't have to live in the cloud.
And we absolutely can't forget Google's Llama 3. This one filled a really critical gap, especially in the Western open model space, which was honestly kind of lacking in strong vision options. Its 27 billion variant offered some seriously impressive intelligence but was still accessible on mid-range hardware. That made it a super beloved and just plain practical choice for a lot of people.
Oh, and NVIDIA's Neotron 3. This one introduced a totally groundbreaking new architecture, and it was all about one thing: speed, without sacrificing quality. We're talking blazingly fast, even on consumer hardware. It delivered something like a 4x improvement in generation speed and could handle massive context. Just wow.
And wrapping up our runner-ups, we have Baidu's Ernie 4.5. This model is a huge deal for lightweight reasoning. Get this, with only 3 billion parameters activated per token, it delivers way better performance on complex tasks that usually need much bigger models. Super impressive stuff. Okay, now for a quick rapid-fire round of honorable mentions. These models really show off the incredible diversity of innovation we saw this year. Each one brought something totally unique to the table. I mean, the range of ideas was just incredible. You had IBM's Granite, which pioneered toggleable thinking on a per-prompt basis. Xiaomi's Maya was a breakthrough in efficient reasoning. ELSMO 3.1 set a whole new bar for radical openness by releasing all its data and code. And of course, Hugging Face's Small LM3 kept pushing the boundaries of what these tiny models can do. The sheer breadth of innovation, it's just staggering. Okay, so after that whirlwind tour, what does it all mean? What's the takeaway? Let's zoom out and look at the big picture, the major trends from 2025 that are absolutely going to define what comes next. Really, 3 big themes stand out. First, agentic AI. It's clearly here to stay. Models are becoming more like partners and less like simple tools. Second, thanks to models like DeepSeek, that push for true permissive openness, it's spreading like wildfire. And third, efficiency is everything. Making these powerful models run on hardware regular people can afford, that is the absolute key to widespread adoption.
And that leaves us with one final and I think really crucial question. This year showed us a whole new level of what's possible. It gave us this new set of incredibly powerful, open, and efficient building blocks. So the real question now is, what are we going to build with it in 2026?